Hey everybody, we need to talk about the OK Boomer girl and what a giant fraud she actually is. Now, just in case you're a lucky enough soul to not know who I'm talking about, well, let's watch a couple videos together that will remind you just who the OK Boomer girl is.
Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Yeah, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Yeah, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer.
And that got 50 million views on the internet, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know. Oh, but that's not it. Her follow-up one is almost as good. Check this out.
Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Yeah, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Okay, no, stop. I can't take it. I can't do more of that. Sorry, that's enough of that. But you get the gist. You know who we're talking about. This is the OK Boomer girl who popularized the phrase. Which, to be clear, I actually like the phrase a lot. I'm Gen Z. I'm totally down with bashing on the boomers. And, before you get triggered, boomers are a mentality, not an age demographic. So it's not discrimination. It's just valid frustration from the young generation that you screwed over and left trillions of dollars in debt. But anyway, if you want to know why the OK Boomer girl is a total fraud, I'm about to explain it. But first, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like this video. Go ahead and subscribe and click the bell notifications too, so you actually see my content and we don't have to rely on the algorithm gods. Let me know what you think of the OK Boomer girl in the comments below. But now let's break down why she's actually a total fraud. The OK Boomer meme isn't explicitly political, but you might have noticed that in the video, the OK Boomer girl, whose real name is Nicole Sanchez, by the way, she is wearing a Bernie campaign sweatshirt and then also a Tax the Rich sweatshirt, which is only available in Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's personal store, I believe for about $70 or $75, which is actually in and of itself pretty hilarious. But anyway, she's made part of her brand that's now got her over 50 million views and a massive social media following and Twitch streaming and all of this. Nicole Sanchez has made a big part of her brand democratic socialism and standing for Bernie and AOC. We've seen rants from her about taxing the rich, soak the rich, all of this, free everything, the same kind of mentality that so many young people have. But here's the funny part, or I guess, if you're deeply cynical like me, the depressing part. This social media star and socialist influencer has leveraged her standing of Bernie Sanders into a multi-million-dollar lifestyle. I kid you not. Just buckle up for what I'm about to show you from her own feed. Tax the Rich girl has made a good deal of money off her influencing or whatever. In fact, she posted a pic with a BMW, presumably hers, and in a play on words, it's actually kind of funny, said, "Beamer girl." Well, I don't know if it's that funny if you're a socialist and then leverage that into buying yourself a BMW. But it gets much, much worse. Let me tell you, it gets a lot worse. So she actually, without, I guess, even a hint of like self-awareness or people might push back on me for this, she went ahead and posted a YouTube video giving people a tour of her $2 million apartment. This is the OK Boomer girl, got rich off socialism. Now come check out my multi-million-dollar apartment. Yeah, honestly, I watched the whole thing, so you don't have to. It's like 10 minutes. It was painful. My eyes burned. You're welcome. I got you. But here's just a brief clip that just basically tells you everything you need to know.
Hey, I didn't expect you there. Come on in. Hey guys, welcome to my apartment. I told you guys about a month or two ago that I moved into a bigger apartment and I was gonna give you guys a house tour. And I think our apartment's finally like mostly fully furnished, so let's get started. And I think we can start off with the kitchen. I think I love the kitchen the second most, aside from my office. I have a big old island, which I've never had an island before, so this is really awesome. We have the chairs, so I don't have to actually buy a table to eat on. We have this wine fridge, which I think that's pretty fancy, a wine fridge. We don't have wine in there, but it's fancy, so. We have our Nespresso over here. I actually don't drink coffee, but like, This is nice.
I love how cringe and obtuse this whole thing is. She's walking around pointing out the fridges she doesn't use, just this extravagant, wasteful, I mean, she doesn't even drink coffee, so I guess she's homophobic, or something, but she's got an expensive coffee machine. I mean, you could not be more tone deaf. If you're supposed to be a Bernie stan, Democrat, socialist, and then you're showing us your multi-million-dollar Seattle apartment, it's just nuts. I mean, I don't begrudge her any of this success, to be honest, because I'm a free market capitalist, so I believe that people who are providing value for others should be able to do well off of that and succeed. And that's, I guess, what she's done for some people who provide her content and consume her content and pay her, I guess, and that's how she's made this money. But it is just so woefully hypocritical, and that's what I have a problem with. She's gotten a lot of backlash for this, and she actually did address it at one point in a video, and I think her response is just totally inadequate, but I'll show it to you so you can judge it for yourself.
I had my stance on views in politics when I first put the first OK Boomer TikTok, and even like whatever I'm making now compared to then, I would see if people would be upset if I didn't have those views anymore, and I was like, suddenly I don't care about that. I feel like that's definitely something to be like, hey, I think that's kind of like hypocritical, but I feel like there should be more people like me, I think, but that if you're doing better, it shouldn't change like your train of thought with things. And yeah, like all I'm doing is standing by the beliefs that I started off with, and I'm here. So whether I'm making this money or not, I just feel like it's definitely not something to like, I guess, like rude about, because there's nothing to be rude about. I think when people mean like tax the rich, I think at the end of the day they do mean like billionaires and people that have insane, unfathomable amounts of wealth.
So look, she's basically trying to defend herself by saying that she's not a hypocrite because her views haven't changed. Though, I mean, that video is just barely coherent, but I'll just translate it for you. She's saying, my views haven't changed, I still want to tax the rich, so I'm not a hypocrite. Okay, maybe fair enough, maybe I kind of see her point there. Then she goes, but besides, tax the rich was always really about the billionaires anyway, the people who have insane amounts of money, not the multimillionaires like me. Hold up. That's where this is just totally off the rails and ridiculous. Tax the rich doesn't only mean billionaires. In fact, this is the same evolution that Bernie Sanders made, right? He always used to say, tax the rich, the millionaires and the billionaires. Then he got his book deal and his 3 houses and became a millionaire himself. And suddenly the word millionaires just dropped out of his stump speeches. This is just total hypocrisy. You could confiscate every dollar from every American billionaire, and you wouldn't have even close to enough money to pay for the Green New Deal or all the things on this socialist wish list. So the truth is, tax the rich means tax everybody, especially multimillionaires. You can't claim with a straight face that your $2 million apartment, but I'm not one of the people that has an obscene amount of money. Of course you are. And I think that's fine, but according to your own ideology, it's not. And that's the problem. You see, there's nothing wrong with doing well and succeeding for yourself as an influencer or anything else where you can make money and provide services to people that they enjoy and consume. The problem is that socialists believe the products of your own labor shouldn't be yours, but should go to others who didn't necessarily work for them or deserve them. And unfortunately, this principle isn't something socialists are ever willing to live out in their personal lives, whether it's the OK Boomer girl or Bernie Sanders himself. And that tells you everything you need to know about the merits of their ideology. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you're subscribed, click like, let me know what you thought of the video and what you think of the OK Boomer girl down in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.